I think it is the case in Nigeria. The Air Force has a very crucial role to play in resolving some of the difficulties that Nigeria is facing. Boko Haram has now been more or less caged into a particular area, mainly the lectured area where you have settlements that are referred to as the Tumbus. That is where you have the activity of BHT, unlike what the situation was in 2015, beginning or even in 2014, when we saw them coming up to Abuja. They were in Yanya. Yanya was bombed twice. Madalla, the UN headquarters, was equally bombed, and we also had an explosion in the Banax Plaza area. So if you put the picture of where we are coming from and where we are today, I think it will be very, very safe to say that Boko Haram has been substantially degraded. The war is not over yet. Like most insurgencies, you don't expect a situation where everything stops at once, even in most developed countries. But I can tell you for sure that so much has been achieved in the last 4 years with the support of the federal government, equipping the armed forces, providing what we require, allowing us to have additional manpower, and so on. I think it is clear that the situation today is far better than what it was. Certainly, the manpower disposition of the service in 2015, in my opinion, was grossly inadequate, looking at the kind of challenges we are facing. And from 2015 to now, I think we have brought in about 7,500 recruits. And we have also enlisted 400 Directional Service Commission officers, apart from the ones that are coming in from Nigeria Defense Academy. So from 2015 to now, we have made substantial progress in terms of manpower disposition. And this is necessary because when we came in 2015, our idea is to build on what is on ground in terms of moving the service to become more professional, to become more disciplined, and to become more efficient and effective in employment of air power to deal with the security challenges that are facing our nation. So for us to have a professional service, you need to have the right structure. And that is why from 2015 to now, we have established 2 additional commands. You have the Special Operations Command, which is based in Bauchi. You have the Ground Training Command, which is based in Enugu. And in addition to these 2 commands, there are quite a number of units that have been established. We have the Quick Response Group in Ipetu, Ijesha in Osun State. You have another Quick Response Group in Zamfara, in Gusau. You have another one in Owerri. In addition to that, of course, we have the Quick Response Search and the Quick Response Group in Kerang, in Plateau State. Apart from the groups, you also have wings. You have the Quick Response Wing in Agatu. There were so many issues of herdsmen, farmers clashes, and so on. We also have a Quick Response Wing in Gembu in Taraba State. Taraba State too is one area where we've had a lot of difficulties. And then, of course, we have also established a Quick Response Wing in Nasarawa State. The whole idea of having these wings, quick response units, is to bring security closer to the Nigerian people and to also support other security agencies that are operating in these locations. And members of these units are special forces personnel who have been given adequate training and who are able to conduct some limited land operations in support of the security agencies that are in these locations. So with this expansion, of course, you need to populate those units. You need to get people to be able to man these units, and that informed our decision to go into recruitment. In the past, we had to expand the infrastructure in the training school, the military training center. We used to have capacity to take about 500 recruits, but we expanded that capacity to 2,500. At any time, for every 6 months now, we can train 2,500 recruits. We also provided accommodation for the instructors that will be there to train the recruits. And the whole idea is for us to have a professional service, like I said. But professionalism is about having the right structure, hence the establishment of all these units. And I think currently in 2019, we have just released the results for recruitment of 2,000 Nigerians into the Air Force again. And we also have about 201, we have 201 Director Service Commission officers that are training currently. And these are officers, graduates that have passed out of our universities. And the idea is to bridge the gap in terms of capacity in specific areas, like the medical field, with all the hospitals we're establishing, engineers, we're acquiring more platforms, and therefore you need to get in. What you are getting from Nigeria Defense Academy might not be adequate for the kind of expansion we are seeing. So I would say that, yes, in the last 4 years or thereabout, we have expanded substantially, and both in terms of structure and in terms of manpower. I think in that area too, I must say that we are extremely grateful to the President and Commander-in-Chief for his understanding of the criticality of air power in resolving some of these difficulties we are facing in Nigeria. And I'll give you the statistics in terms of what has been acquired in the last 4 years or thereabout. You have the Super Mishak aircraft, which is a trainer aircraft, can also be equipped in some other roles. But primarily, the Super Mishak aircraft is used for training, and the government acquired 10. That increased our capacity to conduct ab initio training by about 500%. Apart from the Super Mishak, we also acquired the Mi-35M helicopters from the Russian Federation. These Mi-35s are one of the helicopter is one of the most sophisticated helicopter gunships in the world today. And we have deployed these helicopters. They are in the Northeast. Sometimes we switch them over from Northeast to the Northwest where we see the need for that. We have acquired 4 of those. Right now, we are expecting a 5th one in the month of June. So by the time the 5th one comes, you're talking of 5. Unfortunately, we lost one in combat in Damasak while supporting one of the army battalions there. But 10, 4, 1, you are talking of 15. We also have the Bell 412 helicopters, brand new, that were released to the Air Force. So if you add that, you are talking of 17 brand new aircraft. Of course, we have some other platforms that were handed over to us from NMPC, the EC-135 helicopters, which are basically civil helicopters. But what we did was to conduct research and development and convert them into military use. We have guns now in the cabin, and the aircraft can withstand some of the difficulties and challenges that ordinarily a civil aircraft will not be able to. So in terms of procurement, what is already in Nigeria, you are talking of about 18 brand new aircraft. 10 of those 18 are meant for training, but training is very important. Unless you have pilots to fly, you have the means of bringing in pilots. You'll not be able to fly the fighter aircraft or the helicopter gunships that you have. So we have 10, and then you have the 5, 4 of which are already on ground, and then we are expecting one, like I said, in June. Just about 3 days ago, we acquired 2 Agusta 109 power helicopters. Those ones too are helicopter gunships from Italy, which I believe that, God willing, the president will induct these helicopters, and that will add to our capacity to really deal with some of the problems. I'm sure you're aware of the Super Tucano also. Procurement of military equipment, whether it's aircraft or tanks or whatever, is not as easy as people are expecting. Sometimes I read in our Facebook, people talk of us, why are we not acquiring more sophisticated platforms and so on? They forget that there are so many issues that are surrounding procurement of military equipment, even if you have the resources. These airplanes have to be produced. There are so many companies that are involved in producing the different components. The owners of the aircraft will have to come and look at your facilities. Do you really have? Because everybody wants to guard their patent rights and make sure that everything is protected. So it's not as easy as people will want it to happen. We would love a situation where you just walk into a production center and say, look, give me fighter aircraft and they roll it out. No, it doesn't work that way. First, the country you are buying the equipment from has to accept to sell the equipment to you. And that is why for us, I think we have laid the foundation. Actually, the foundation has been laid even before I came in by late Air Chief Marshal Bade, Research and Development. We must look inwards. We cannot continue to afford, we cannot continue to expect all that we require to deal with our challenges from outside. And the only way you can deal with that is to ensure that you pursue research and development, and that's exactly what we are doing. In the Air Force, we have partnership with 15 Nigerian universities, and we sometimes form cells made of people from the university and our own officers. We have trained quite a number of officers in Cranfield University in the UK. We have over 15 PhD holders in aerospace engineering and other related fields. So what is important for me, I think we have started, and we need to get the required linkage so that everybody will really be, all stakeholders will be involved in addressing some of our challenges with regards to maintenance of aircraft and even producing our own fighter aircraft. What I am thinking is we should, as a matter of fact, go beyond that. What is happening in our universities, there must be a way, and we have seen this in the last few years, because they are highly talented and highly committed individuals in Nigerian universities. All that is required is for us to reach out to them, come up with a national research and development strategy that will involve both the military, the tertiary institutions, the private sector, everybody. That is how nations move, and unless we do that, we'll continue to depend substantially on other countries to deal with some of the issues we have on ground. Actually, the incident in Iran is one of the most tragic things that have happened to the Nigerian Air Force.